Hi there. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may happen to be as you are tuning in, or if you're watching a recording of this after the fact. I am Dr. D, excuse me. Welcome to Core3 Harmony Wellness Services. Here where we provide support in three areas, that is music therapy, counseling, and coaching. Today, I have a special treat for you, and I would like to go over and preview the Tai Chi for Health sequence for you that I have been trained in. I really enjoy the practice of Tai Chi because I think it's a wonderful mindfulness based practice for one to participate in that engages both mind and body. Here within Tai Chi, it is helping you to engage both mind and body through your breath and focus of the forms that you are doing. This is very helpful in that for some, the idea of sitting still and being bombarded by your thoughts can be overwhelming. Hence, many folks may not participate so much within a mindfulness based activity because it is truly a challenge and often a challenge for some. Not everyone, but for some it is. So today I want to invite you in three areas. I want to invite you, one, to just first watch the sequence, two, to follow along with me, and then I will speak about it. I attended a Tai Chi training a few days ago, and the instructor to me was very, how do I want to say, uh, gosh, my vocabulary slips my mind as I'm speaking. Distracting, that's the word. It was very distracting because they were speaking like during the whole time they were leading the Tai Chi practice. There is beauty and simplicity and simpleness, and to engage your eyes within the sequence first, then I will speak after the fact of what's going on in the name of the forms. Okay, so I do not have music playing here. Normally, in my own personal practice, I have some music very quietly playing in the background. I do not have that today. I'm always being very cautious of the rules here on YouTube, so I didn't want to have any copyright strikes. But I will go through the sequence and I want you to engage with your eyes. As humans, we do errors, so if there is any mistakes, I will inform you of that so that you're not copying, hopefully not copying the same errors and mistakes. I do indeed hope that, checking my volume, that you can hear okay. This is a work in progress for me to eventually gather more elite equipment, sound equipment, so that I can be heard and seen better. So bear with me. I invite you now to please view and watch Tai Chi for Health in practice. Mm. Okay, that is the Tai Chi for Health sequence. Now, I want to share a few things. One is always a challenge because usually I find myself, especially if I'm doing this via a video sequence like this, I'm often not afforded the space to really maybe stretch out like one would in like maybe a rec center or something, which is where I've taught and I've had plenty of space and room. It's important because the sequence that I was doing was a repetition of threes. And you can do a repetition of however many that you would like. Um, I have noticed within the practice itself, there's a repetition of either 3, 6, or 9. Usually no more than that because it gets to be a little bit too lengthy. And the idea is that this is meant to um, this particular program is meant to have shorter sequences. The idea is that wanting folks to remember it and get it, and to not get fatigued. Remember that this is a Tai Chi for rehabilitation program. So for most folks in the area of rehabbing or rehabilitating, you want to maintain the stamina and strength. And when there's that sense or feeling of fatigue, you allow your body to take the rest it needs to, because in essence, this particular program is for someone in recovery, either via both physical and or mental or emotional trauma or challenges that they've experienced. So you don't want to extend it out too long or make it too much where it feels overwhelming. So that's one thing. Making sure you have enough space if you would like to do the sequence within a given number of repetitions. Next is usually for my own practice, there's a sequence prior to, which is the Qigong aspect, which in sense is the warm up. That's connecting with one's inner chi, inner energy, that is connecting the internal, getting in alignment and internally so that you can connect and be in one in alignment with the external, which is the actual practice of Tai Chi, which is connecting, hence, mind and body. And so Qigong is beautiful in that it helps to elicit the internal alignment before there's the external or outward expression of the forms. Okay, so that is something you did not see here. That helps me to loosen up more. That helps the breath, in a sense, to warm up. Now, the previous videos, live streams, if you go back and watch parts 1 and 2, I'm reviewing and going over Qigong exercises that are part of this program and this practice. So I want to say a little bit of maybe the edginess that you see, or a little bit of perhaps maybe the disconnect, or maybe the lack of the connection with the energy. My chi is a little bit off. If you sense that, you are correct and you're right on, because I did not bring forward first the practice of Qigong which is aligning the inner self. Oh my goodness, that is a whole other a couple of live streams we could talk about is lining one's inner self. So um, go ahead now and practice with me. Okay, I will very lightly describe what's happening. I won't be too chatty. I'm going to make sure I'm mindful of that. I will very lightly share with you what's going on so that you can practice with me. So let's do that. So we start, feet shoulder width apart, starting out with the left foot. Gentle, not pulling to the side, shoulder width apart. Gentle tilt of the head, the chin down to the chest. We come up, neutral position with the head and the arms. Drawing the palms towards you. Arms face out and push away. Whatever sequence of breath you have, connect it with the movement. So whatever movement you are doing, you are either inhaling, exhaling, or holding that breath. And we are here, just come up, breathing, breathing. Pausing. Exhale. Slight bend of the knees. Come up with the arms and we imagine chi right in our hands. The chi is this beautiful ball of light. We bring it close to our heart chakra, our chest, and we inhale. Just to the shoulders and pause and exhale. Align, picture the chi in your palms. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. And yet again, align with the chi. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Now the palms are both facing the chest, one over your heart chakra and the other over your solar plexus. And a very gentle step to the left. Soften and loosen the arms. Sway the hands. I kind of like in the idea the hands passing each other. Sometimes that helps me connect with the chi when I really kind of feel like I'm connecting with things as much as I can. This is where I'm going to have to end where I step because I'm going to run into the couch. So go as far as you can. Here, we're going to extend the arms out. Let go of the chi for a moment there. Imagine your fall. Chi you still carry with you. And we harmonize yin and yang to the left. And step to the right. We'll be there. Shoulder width. Hip, right foot. Gentle back to the middle, center. And open and close hands in the middle here. Heart chakra, inhale. Close hand. And one more time. here. We switch our waving hands in the clouds. The right hand. Whatever hand is on top is the direction you will step. So step to the right. Now, I have this affinity to want to turn my hands so bad. But the hands should stay towards you. I have this natural affinity to want to turn the palms. So excuse me if I don't. The sequence will go more so like this. I'm just being still at the moment. The idea is that you are slowly pulling yourself to the opposite side of the room. As you're doing this, the leg that's stepping is also the arm that's waving hands in the clouds. Okay, so this is as far as we're going to go here. Should keep the space a little bit between the feet. And so from here, you're going to harmonize yin and yang. We're going to go to the right first, to the left, and very gently up. Here, I'm going to pivot because we're going to push the energy here to the left. It's facing this way. Back to the center and inhale. Exhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Very gentle fist in the right hand, left hand. Come up to meet and to the chest. Always pull that left foot back into opposing stance. And I always like to have the class, especially with others, we would do a bow to each other in honor of the time that we've spent together. So that is the Tai Chi for Health sequence. I want to share a few different things for you, specifically regarding the waving hands in the clouds. So as you are going this way, the correct way is that the palms are facing towards you. I have this natural affinity to, I want to do this. This is coming from the form of touching heaven, touching earth. So we do this. Let me pull back so you can see. So this is touching heaven, touching earth. We come back. But that is a different form, a different movement. And then usually I would have free to stretch, pause here. Oh, a good stretch for the arms. And come down. And here. So that's something for another time and another day, breaking up different actual forms. And I've had a lot of fun with that. But I just want to keep the focus here today on the Tai Chi for Health sequence. So let me speak with you through the actual names so that you can go look these up and perhaps even watch someone else do these, and you'll know specifically what they are doing. So we have the opening stance. The opening stance this is where you are getting your feet shoulder width apart. And this opening stance is done, let me move back so the camera can catch me. It's done with however you're standing, slight bend of the knees. And you never want to lock your knees. You want to keep circulation, slight bend of the knees. And you're going to do a slight step out with that left foot. Okay. And so that's opening stance. Okay. And then you're going to go, I'm moving a little closer here because you won't need to see my feet. You're going to go to open and close hands. Right here, it's going to say midline, right there with the chest, right around your heart chakra. And that's open and close hands. Okay. And then there is waving hands in the clouds. So again, that's this. This is waving hands in the clouds. And again, I like to do this with my hands. That's what I like to do. It feels a little bit more natural. It feels a little bit more free flowing for me to do this. To wave the hands in the clouds. And you don't want to be way out here. It's a very intimate, close contact movement here, sequence. So now when you're doing this moving, so remember the hand that's on top is the foot that's stepping out. So you're doing this and you're aligning, step in with that right foot. You're aligning. So the idea is here. This might be a little bit cleaner for you to see. Mind and body connect, where both that left foot and that left arm and the right foot and the right arm are in somewhat sequence. Same thing with stepping out to the right. And notice when the left hand is up here, I'm stepping in and we're coming the right. If you ever watch me long enough, you'll see how I'm very right dominant. I think that would be the term to say because I'm right-handed. So yeah, but just this adds a little bit more smooth. Right? So when we're going to the right and we're waving hands and we're moving, we're doing this. So it's constantly in this sequence. And we're bringing that arm that's moving, it's like it's guiding it forward. I think that's the key, is that this comes up forward. And then when we're going to our left, this is going to be coming up forward, front and center. So. And then you're bringing up front and center. Okay, so that is waving hands and clouds. Then after you get through with that, you go to your open and closed hands again. You can do a sequence of 3, 6, or 9. I like to do 3. And then we move into, after that, harmonizing yin and yang. Okay, so that is where you come out of the open and closed hands, extend out, and you first go to your left. And I like to have it be like a smooth, like you're gliding here. And you'll notice too, because Tai Chi is helping you shift and sense the shift of your body weight, as you're doing this, you're pivoting. And then we come up, and then we do a sweep, and then I'm going to pull back so you can see my foot. And the direction that you're going to pivot in, that's going to be the leg that's going to pivot, that toe, on the heel toe. I like to do like a very gentle pull, grabbing in. There's this unique little thing that's done with the hands that confuse me. So I simplify it because the idea is to practice and not get so caught up in the kind of the minutiae. And we come back to center. And then we do another open and close sequence. So we do maybe 3 more of these. Right? And then we bring the hands down, and then we harmonize yin and yang in the opposite direction. So first you start to your left, so this left, and then you go to your right. Okay? So then you do the same thing, but that when you get ready to start out here, you harmonize the yin and yang to the right first, and to the left, and this is where you're going to have that pivot. So here, oh, sorry, my brain is on a blitz today. Scratch what you just saw there with the harmonizing yin and yang to the right. I'm going to do an open and close once. So. Come back to center. So it just takes some practice. Don't beat yourself up. Take one sequence of it a little bit at a time, and then you can break it down that way. But I'll walk you through one more time, and then I know it's getting close to time. I don't like to be very long. The Tai Chi for Health sequence. It will start with an open stance. Within the Tai Chi for Health sequence, we start everything to the right, and we close everything from that. We start everything from the left, and we close everything from the left. So that is stepping out with the left foot, very gentle, feeling the shift of weight. You want to give yourself that time. Tai Chi is meant to be fluid and flowing, nothing quick, nothing fast. So that's how you start opening stance. Then you do a couple of open and close forms, right? And this is aligning the chi through the energy meridian points in the palms of your hands, right? At the midline of the chest, around the heart chakra. And then you start the sequence of waving hands in the clouds. And again, you always want to bring forward the particular side, that prominent side forward. That's going to be leading. So we're starting with our left and we're coming around. You want to keep these forms nice and intimate and close to your body. They're not way out here. Okay? They're right here, we are locking in with our chi, our own energy force. So in order to do that, we need to be in as close alignment with our energy as possible. Okay, so that is waving hands. Same thing in regards to it being waving hands in the clouds to the right. And again, if I'm on the right side, I'm going to bring that right hand, that right palm up. It's in a sense that it's leading. Okay, and now remember with these particular ones, you're moving across the floor. Don't try everything at once. Do one thing at a time. Just get used to waving hands in the clouds first, and then add the moving across the floor to it. Okay? And then there's harmonizing yin and yang, where I like to imagine here, I'm being very playful in my mind, I think with the chi. Just gliding ever so gracefully. And then I come back to center and do an open and close. And then you do the same thing, harmonizing yin and yang, but instead of starting to that, going to the left, you're going to go to the right. Okay? And so the palms, just remember the palms are still kind of facing, they're down here, just kind of swaying across. Just going to sway, sway. We're going to come up here. And back. So that is harmonizing yin and yang. So in the sequence, take one thing at a time to get comfortable with it first, and then tie them together. That's what I'd recommend. I'm going to figure out a way in my next video, though it won't necessarily be about Tai Chi, I'm going to figure out a way to link where you can get the actual sequence I typed up so that you can look at it and take it and practice, and or find someone, maybe someone else on YouTube, and follow and practice with them so you get these sequences down, okay? So look for that when I go live next week. I'll figure out how to do all that so that you can go and access it. Okay, I've taken up way more time than I like to on these videos. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for checking out what I have to share and say today. I'm Dr. D, and I was just sharing a little bit of my Tai Chi for Health sequence practice. Now, I am not like to a T like Dr. Lamb does it. Again, I do recommend people checking out how he does it. For me, I found unique ways that helps people connect with the sequence and forms so that they can tap into gaining better mobility, movement, and function, okay? And normally in my practice, I do have music playing in the background. I do not have that today, just so that I'm not getting any copyright restrictions. So that's why there's no music with this. But tune in next week. Topic of hand is not decided as of yet. But tune in next week, and I will definitely point out a link below where you can see where I've typed up the sequence, and you can go grab that for yourself and take and practice. All right, I want you to always remember these three things. You matter, you are worthy, and you are oh so loved. Absolutely you are. If you're anywhere in your life and any one of those that I mentioned, or all of them are like, you're like, yeah, right. Please come talk to me. It's important to love yourself. It's important to understand what that means and that you matter, and understand why. It's important to understand how you are worthy and why. And it's definitely important to understand how you are loved unconditionally. I love coming alongside folks and supporting them in every area of their life. So please reach out and contact. Consultations are absolutely free. And if I may not be the best fit for your needs, I got a list of folks I can dial up and call and email and see who can be the best help for you. All right. I appreciate you. I thank you so very much for your time. All the subscribers, oogles and oogles of love for you. Thank you for hanging in there with me for as long as you have. I appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please do. I truly believe you will walk away with something informative, uplifting, and inspiring from these videos. All right. Thank you so very much. You are greatly appreciated. And please, I look forward to seeing you next time when I get ready to go live with another wonderful video, just shining some light in your ear wherever you happen to be in the world. Thank you.